Welcome back to Stream of Consciousness. I am Joey, Fast Forward Stout, and this is Joel, Cumulus Nimbi Cox. So, what are we talking about today, Joel? What do we got?
Art.
Art?
Yes.
Is that what we're talking about art today? Art. Joel is apparently filming while he's on the can.
I am not on the can.
We are filming this episode from Joel's bathroom.
Nope.
And Joel is high atop the throne.
Nope. I'm in my swirly chair.
Mount Cox.
If I was in the bathroom, of course it's not going to make any noise.
Yeah, that wouldn't make that noise in the bathroom. The squeaking.
So.
That's Joel farting.
So I went to art all night.
I think farts are hilarious, by the way. I just want to take a second to talk about that and how funny I think farts are. Even in my... when I was a kid, I thought farts were funny because you're a kid and you laugh at all kinds of stupid stuff. But as an adult, as a grown male, in my late 30s, I still... When someone farts, I think it's hilarious. And I love, when someone... I always snicker to myself. Anytime somebody gives a little toot, I always kind of when I'm out in public. If I'm not in public or if it's on a movie or something, I crack up laughing. I love it. But my mother-in-law comes to visit and watch the kids sometimes. And occasionally, she gets the toots. And she's so coy and so modest that she doesn't just if I'm at my mom's house and she lets one rip, my mom will and then she'll wave it or whatever, or she'll excuse herself. She doesn't make a production out of it, but she'll let one go and she goes, "Oh, excuse me," and that's it. But my mother-in-law, she will toot and she'll completely and totally ignore that it even happened, and for some reason that makes it even funnier to me. And I will be sitting, and she'll come in, she'll walk in the kitchen, and she'll go to grab something, or she'll go to get, she does all kinds of stupid stuff with the kids. She'll walk in and just, and then she'll just walk away like nothing happened, and I'm in there beat face, red, giggling, holding my sides, trying not to laugh and embarrass her, because I know she doesn't want the attention, and I know she will, it will hurt her heart and her feelings if she knows that I'm laughing about it, but I'm laughing about it. You were starting to tell another story that I told you.
No.
I'm sorry.
Just sidetrack the whole podcast.
I just hijacked it.
That's what we do.
Well, farts are funny.
Yes, well, you just gave me... How long? Let's see. Time. You gave me a good 2 minutes of material there.
Look at that. I just filled 2 minutes worth of...
Yeah.
Talking about Putin.
So, while you're doing that, I decided to check my Facebook real quick. And there's a tag.
You weren't even listening to my story?
I was listening. You're talking about your grandmother.
You don't even care what I'm talking about.
You're talking about your mother-in-law.
If you're not listening to me, you're talking about the audience to listen to me.
You're talking about your mother-in-law tooting left and right, and that one getting attention called for himself. While your mom's like, "Hey, I just tooted away. Excuse me." I heard you talking about.
If you're not listening to me, well, how do I expect the audience to listen?
So it's dog tag.
I'm sorry that I bored you with my story.
You did not bore me. But I think I've heard the toot story before. So
I talk about farts a lot.
No, you're talking about your mother-in-law farting a lot, and you calling her out on it.
Did I tell you that before?
Yeah.
It happened again.
But the audience don't know this, so I was being courteous.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
But I found something funny.
Okay, go ahead. What is on your Facebook that's more important than my thing?
It says, the vet said to get my dog a tag. The tag says, "I got lost, prowling for bitches. Have your people call my people."
I want that same dog tag for me.
Share.
Do they make it for people too?
Well, you can put it on yourself.
I'm gonna get a T-shirt made up. That's one thing I wish I would have done. I used to, way back when, and I know I talked to you about this before, I wanted to start designing T-shirts.
Dude, that reminds me. So about 2 years ago? Yeah, 2 years ago. There's a thing called Teespring.
Teespring?
Yeah. They allow you to take a T-shirt and design it and print it.
Okay.
And then you can sell it. The key is you gotta get a minimum order quantity. It's like 25, 30.
That's it?
Yeah. So what people do is they'll design T-shirts.
And you make money off of if they sell them. They obviously make money because they're making it for you. How cool is this?
It is. So I attempted to make one of T-shirts.
And?
I made one about coffee. I can't remember I forget what the quote said. But basically it was like, don't talk to me without coffee or something like that.
Okay.
I made these t-shirts. I advertised it on Facebook. I paid like $10 to like get it out there to people. People love the shirt. Nobody bought it. My coworker comes up to me a couple months later and goes, "Hey, what was that phrase on your t-shirt that you made?" I told him. He goes, "I saw that on the bus the other day."
On the bus?
Mm-hmm. Somebody stole my t-shirt design. I showed him the t-shirt because, yep, that's the one. I'm like, they stole my design!
How funny is that?
Uh-huh.
I want to look into this. Teespring.
Yeah.
TEESPRING.com.
Yep.
Everybody should go to that website because by the time you get to it, I will have shirts on that. This is something we're doing.
Okay.
All right. And how much do you make?
It depends on how much you charge. But we should make Stream Conscious Podcast t-shirts.
We should make it. Well, maybe, yes. We should get a bunch of t-shirts.
And then our loyal listeners, such as Dwayne, Chuck, Mike, Christ, and Dave.
Shotgun Chuck. Shotgun Chuck?
No, just Chuck.
Shotgun Mike. Shotgun Mike.
You thought Shotgun Mike. I said Chuck and Mike.
Shotgun Mike. Shotgun Mike. We need to have a shirt that says Shotgun Mike. Loyal listener Shotgun Mike. I'm getting him a shirt. We're making Shotgun Mike shirts.
Okay.
And we only have to sell, what, 25 to
something like that
to get them moving?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to look into this. Going to be billionaires. I came up with an idea for it. When you ever try to sneak a picture of somebody with your phone? You ever like walking through the store?
No, that's called illegal.
But that's not illegal to take a picture of someone. That can't be illegal.
It is when
you're just making up.
It is when there's a changing room.
When you're in the changing room.
I'm kidding.
Did they catch that guy? There was a dude in the mall by my house. He filmed somebody like in a TJ Maxx or something or a JC Penney's or whatever. He like snuck a camera underneath the stall and caught a picture of this woman getting changed. And then she saw it and went after him. And he took off.
Mm-hmm.
Like he grabbed the stuff, but I don't know if they caught him or not. Like I know it happens all the time everywhere. Like I've been on the internet before. I know that there are people who do this kind of thing. But like this so close to home, like it doesn't happen in Pittsburgh. That stuff happens in like Silicon Valley or something. It's terrifying. Like I've changed clothes and I get worried sometimes because I've been drunk and made bad decisions before. And I'm not saying that nobody ever has gotten a text message from me that was of me not the way I'm supposed to be. Me the way that God made me. Let's phrase it that way.
Tell me more.
But I wonder if like I kind of like some deep-seated part of my brain wonders if ever like a glimpse of me is put on the internet that it shouldn't have been. Like I wonder if something leaked its way out into the world.
Yeah. Well,
and maybe I was getting changed in the middle of a Macy's and somebody stuck a camera underneath there.
When I'm driving.
They do that to dudes, or is that only for chicks? Like only chicks get spied on?
I wish I got spied on.
I don't know if anybody wants to see me without clothes on. That's not going to boost anybody's website.
So, sometimes I'm driving, a good song comes on, and I get all excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna dance in my car. So I'll start doing stupid stuff, like pump my fist, or like I'll be snapping my fingers. Yeah, beatbox or whatever. And then I look to my left, or I look to my right,
And there's
somebody
somebody
in the rearview mirror. And 9 times out of 10, nobody knows what cares what I'm doing. But that one time, there's that person that waves
like you're an idiot.
they give me the thumbs
How
up.
you doing?
But I realized one of these days I'm gonna be doing that, and they're gonna record me. I'm gonna go home.
Famous on YouTube.
I'm gonna go viral. I'll be like, I need to make some money off of this.
Part of me wants to be like I want to go viral. Like I want one day to just turn on my computer or go on my phone and like see me, but like in like some like huge blown out like Cash Me Outside sort of way. But I'm worried I'd be Cash Me Outside. I'm terrified. Or I'm gonna be the Oh My God girl. Like that's what I'm worried about. Like I'm worried that one day that I'm gonna be because I won't be the cool guy.
You don't see something in Chocolate Rain? Chocolate Rain.
I don't know if I would make Chocolate Rain. That's I'm afraid I'm slightly too pale for that. But I would be like the goofball. Like I'm worried that I'd be making like just a stupid face or something, and I would be like one of the derogatory memes, the memes. Meme? That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get that. Pronunciation is wrong is all I'm saying. We're moving on. But I don't want to be like, because who knows, it would be something like, I would be like the next ad for VD or something. That's what it would be. I wouldn't be the cool guy, like, because there's a couple, for every, like, one, like, there's that with the smiley guy who, he was running the marathon and somebody took a picture of him and he's got this big happy smile. He's like, he's good looking even though he's supposed to be at the end of this marathon, and he's not, like, and so there's always, like, you get all these crazy memes for him, but they're always, like, good stuff. Like, I probably wouldn't even be, like, the dude who they always show and it says aliens, you know, with their spiked out hair and the I would probably be, like, something that was just downright filth derogatory. It would be like the rapey meme or something. I would be the rapey meme guy, and I do not want that. So, like, I'm conflicted as to whether I really want that to be my celebrity status. I don't know if that's how and why I want to become famous.
I just want to sell out. I want to make some product, and someone goes, "Here's $20 million. Peace."
I could handle that. $20 million would be all right.
I figured out my number.
$20 million?
No.
Okay.
This is the number I need to erase all debt, pay the taxes on the money that I'm going to get.
Is this like the live forever, or is this just got caught up in my number?
Just caught up and have a little bit left over.
See, I don't want to be caught up. I want to be ahead of the game.
No, I'll be slightly ahead
I
of the
want
game.
to never work again.
You know, see, because if I wipe that all out, then I can just spend all my money on. I'd save maybe like $600 or $800 a month in paying stupid stuff.
Yeah.
$800 a month could do a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's my credit card debt alone. I mean, like, if I just paid all that off, what I'm paying in interest, I could probably afford.
My number is $60,000.
60?
Mm-hmm.
60 grand.
Yeah.
And that would take you out of debt.
That would be no car payment. That would be no student loan. That would be no credit cards.
I'm almost paid off my student loan. Now, granted, I didn't graduate.
I'm halfway there.
Well, that's because you took twice as long to get through school, but you actually got a degree.
Yeah.
I only did half of not getting a degree. I was smart enough to only not go to school for 2 years. Mm-hmm. So I'm almost paid off on my student loans. I'm within less than a year of being paid off.
So, as originally I wanted the podcast to start with, but, you know, we sidetracked, which is great.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. This is why I love the podcast.
I wasn't really sorry. I felt
we get it. This is how the podcast works, folks. We pick a topic and we see where it goes.
That's why it's stream of
And
consciousness.
somehow we ended up on farts, and then we went to Cash Me Outside, memes, dancing in cars. It's all come full circle.
Did that Cash Me Outside girl get beat up or something? Didn't somebody like threaten her? And
Yeah, they threatened her.
But I think she actually got like the daylights beat out of her.
I want to see that video.
I would watch that. I sort of like she's what, like 14 or something.
Oh, I thought she was 16 or 17.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. She's at my age.
She's on tour, by the way, I think.
Is she really? Tour for what? Like, what do you do unless you're going around to different little mall America to get beat up? Why would you go on tour? Like, who wants to? She's like has a ton of money though. Like, she made a lot of money off of this whole how about that thing. Like, she's made it. How old is she?
I don't know, but she's dating some NBA guy.
Good for her. She's not like an ugly girl. Like, she's actually almost like a pretty girl for her. I mean, like, she's young, and I wouldn't go there. But the second she opens her mouth,
wait.
Who's she dating? Who's she dating from the NBA? Who even cares?
She's 14.
All right, that's.
Oh, he's 17. Okay.
Well, is 17 and playing for the NBA?
Young boy is his name.
Because he's 17.
I don't know.
Right. Okay, well, she's gonna be the next Kardashian. She really. I mean, if she markets
she's got
right,
time. She'll be on 16 and pregnant.
You know, right? She's setting a new record. She's gonna be on 14 and pregnant. Good for her, though.
Yeah.
So what were we talking about before we started talking about farts and television hookers?
I was going to say. Oh, let's see what the Daniel's net worth is.
What is it? Who's not?
Cash Me Outside Girls made $1 million.
$1 million for being a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you what. I wouldn't mind being the VD meme if it came along with $1 million. Might be worth it.
But they also mean you blew some old dude.
That's I don't know if I really want that following. That's a stigma. And that's one of those things that if you get that reputation, then all of a sudden then you got guys chasing you around, old creepers or something, and people take some of that stuff literally. Like they really believe the what the media puts out about these people. Like what's the one dude? What's it, something Steve? What's it, Stoner Steve or whatever it is?
I don't know Stoner Steve.
Oh, he's one of the memes. Maybe it's not Stoner Steve. It's.
Are you talking about the Dell dude?
No. Although the Dell dude, he
lost his stuff because they found he was actually a stoner.
Yeah, he smoked some pot and all of a sudden he because he was cool, he was funny, people liked him. Yeah.
It's like, dude, you don't think you're smoking pot to get this way?
Right. Yeah, he kind of plummeted after that. Same with the ShamWow guy. ShamWow guy got high and then had his tongue bit off by a hooker. That's a true story.
I know it's a true story. I love that dude.
Yeah.
You ever happened to Screech?
No, what happened? Well, Screech went on Biggest Loser or something, and he was apparently a nut job on that. I didn't watch it.
Screech allegedly pulled a knife on a dude in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to jail. It gets worse for Screech.
Yeah, jail is not the place for Screech.
No. It gets far worse for Screech.
All right, what happened to Screech after?
So a guy in prison took a shot at Screech and decided he was going to have Screech.
Oh.
And he wanted Screech to yell his catchphrase from Saved by the Bell while he did illicit things to Screech.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was his catchphrase in that one?
I don't know, but he wanted Screech to say something while he was occupied.
He was occupied.
Well, I'm trying to be PC.
No, I appreciate that. That's very Shawshank Redemption-y.
Yeah.
God.
Uh-huh.
I would watch that video if Morgan Freeman were narrating it.
No. No!
I think Morgan Freeman makes everything better, even prison rape. That's
Super Conscious Podcast does not condone prison rape.
Not that we don't condone it.
The views of Joe Stout are not the same views as Joel Cox or Super Conscious Podcast.
We are not enforcing it. We're not recommending it. But if it happens, I mean, I'm not going out of my way to stop it. I'm just saying that. Okay, you know what? And here's the thing about prison rape. This is while we're on the subject. You brought it up, or I did. Either way, we're talking about it now. If you go to prison, you vetoed your right to not get raped. I am all for... If somebody in normal society, you have a social contract with the people around you. We all live in a society. There are certain things that we do and we accept that are part of our day-to-day routine, and rape is not one of them. You are not entitled to that. I'm sorry, that's not a given. You're not supposed to cut people off in traffic. You're not allowed to cut in line at the grocery store. And you're obligated to certain. If you're walking out of a gas station and somebody's walking in, you hold the door for them, and you don't rape people. That's just the way society works. That's how we go. Prison, on the other hand, is not normal society. That is where we put the people who are not obligated, who don't feel obligated to follow our civil rules and abide to our social environment. The contract that we all hold amongst each other. So if you go to prison, I think that should be a rape, not necessarily encouraged environment, but I'm just saying the rules are a little different there. The guards still entitled to their freedom and their liberties. They get to go home at the end of the day. But if you go to prison, you don't have the same rights as a normal person.
And if you go to prison, guard your cornhole.
You get 3 square meals, cable, and the imminent threat of bum sex. Sorry, that's the rules.
Guards cornhole.
Guards cornhole. What were we talking about before we started talking about farting, sluts on television, and prison rape?
Yeah, we're just gonna wait till next episode.
We've just bucketed this one. This is going straight to the trash.
No, we're not bucketing this episode. I'm not gonna bother But
we've got more to talk about.
Yes, we do.
All kinds of subjects.
So we're going to talk about something else because I want to take some time for this next thing because I feel like
right. No, you don't want to transition from prison rape to whatever it is we were about to talk about. Pick another. What's another subject? What else do we got to talk about?
So this is actually a good segue. Sleep.
I'm sorry. Prison rape is a good segue to what now?
Lack of sleep.
Lack. What keeps me awake at night? No coffee after midnight. Oh man. Oh, no scary movies late in the day. No coffee too late. And you sleep face up when Bubba's in the room. That's the secret to a good night's sleep. I'm glad you thought that was a good segue though.
I was sarcastic, but I just went with it.
Really? No, you're not wrong. I mean, that's if there was a 1 in 50 chance of getting raped tonight, I think that would keep me awake. I don't think I would sleep well. Like, and that's a pretty good odds. Those are decent. Those are reasonable, fair rate to not get raped. 1 in 50. But if that were the odds and that's what was at risk, I don't think that I would sleep well.
Nope.
I don't think that I could. I would toss and turn a lot. Toss and turn a salad.
So, past couple weeks, I've been having issues staying asleep. Not because of
rape, though.
No. So I've been trying to figure it out. And I think I came up with it this morning.
Lock the windows? What's keeping you awake at night?
I have in the summer, whenever allergy season's and stuff, I found out I have a light sensitivity. So
okay,
I basically wake up at the butt crack of dawn. If they light my room, I'm screwed.
I was when I used to deliver furniture, I went into a house and I could. They had the pool noodles.
Mm-hmm.
They had those sitting on top of the curtain rods.
Mm-hmm.
And for the life of me, like, I was looking at it going, like, that's such a odd thing. Like, and I thought maybe we were delivering their furniture. Maybe they hadn't had everything moved in. Maybe it was in the way and they just tossed it up there. Mm-hmm. Like, it was a really weird spot for it. But I didn't really question it. So we're bringing all the furniture for this bedroom. Mm-hmm. And then there's another bedroom across the way. And there was a pool noodle on top of that one also. And so I finally was like, all right, I got to ask, what's the deal with the pool noodles on top of the curtains? And she said her husband or her boyfriend or whatever could not sleep if any light came into the room at all, and he was so sensitive to the light that he had to have they put those on top to cut out all, so no light. They had blackout and they had the curtains open and stuff, so that's why it didn't occur to me that's what it was for. Or also because there was pool noodles on top there, and that's who would have thought that's what you do. Mm-hmm. But what a creative idea and way to but yeah, so they were sleeping in the one room, moving into the other room, so they had noodles on top of both of them. But that was because he had a light sensitivity and couldn't sleep with the light coming in at all.
Because I've noticed, like, I keep getting up around 5 o'clock, like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I found one of those sleep masks I used to use at the old place I lived. And I remember years ago, like 2013, 2012, I was trying to play the Magic card game. And they had these, like, all night.
Like Magic the Gathering card game, okay.
So, like, the tournament would start like at midnight, and it would end until like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. So, I remember the first time I did that, I came home, closed the blinds, I got the sleep mask, put it on, I slept. I actually slept for like 6 hours. Like, straight through, no problem. So I had a few of those left over. So, like, last night I went to bed, put the sleep mask on, and, like, I went to bed around 2 o'clock, so I was cleaning up the apartment and doing stuff and working my 3D printer. Talk about next episode since prison rape and farting took over this. So, I woke up this morning, Mike. I actually slept 6 hours last night.
Because you had the sleep mask on.
So the thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try and do some curtains in my room and use a sleep mask.
Blackout curtains would help out a lot. You know what would keep me awake more than light coming in the room is putting a mask on my face. I couldn't. A prison rape would keep me awake. I told you not in my hair. That's not funny because I don't have any hair. But I couldn't sleep with a mask on. That would drive me bonkers. But I can sleep during the day. Like with the curtains wide open, I can fall asleep on the couch taking a nap. It doesn't bug me in the least. Light does not hit me. Noise also.
It's as I gotten older. Noise doesn't bother me either because I usually listen to music. What bothers me is total quiet.
I can't sleep with music on.
See, my thing is, if I go to bed and it's totally quiet, I'll wake up in half an hour with a nightmare. 9 times out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I don't mind quiet. I used to, because I grew up inner city. I grew up on the main street. Like, we literally lived on one of the main. There was cars up and down our road all day, every day. And my bedroom was on the side of the traffic. So when I was young, all my life, like all throughout my youth and everything, there was always, and actually we lived in between 2 bars. So not only was it the main street, there was 2 bars right there also. So there was always noise outside, and it never bugged me. I could go to bed, I could fall asleep, and never had a problem. When I was a kid, you never wanted to go to sleep as a kid anyways, but I slept through all the noise and everything anyways, regardless. And now in my adulthood, it's actually starting to bother me more because some of the neighborhood kids are always hanging out late. Because my house is kind of like in the center of the neighborhood. It's literally dead center. So from every which direction, everybody comes down and hangs out in front of my place. So I always have that noise, and now it's starting to bother me more as an adult. But like when I was a kid, there was the bars outside. There was always people outside. There was always cars running back and forth. And then we went into college, and in college, there's somebody's awake 24/7. Somebody's coming home drunk, and usually it was me. Like I was the one keeping everybody else awake. But there was a couple times. But it was a lot of times where other people were out in the hallway, and somebody was always causing some sort of chaos. And then everybody got up early, and I slept through it all. I never had a problem sleeping. And any of that, and I've never really, until recently, lived anywhere where there wasn't noise while I was trying to sleep. But now that I've gotten used to it, I can't handle it. And over the wintertime, it's not a problem. But when summer rolls around, there's people back outside in front of my house all summer long, and I'm thinking about starting a beehive in front of my house to get rid of them. I'm trying to call. You're always trying to get everybody to call and write in, or not call, but write into the show and stuff. And I never really cared. Now I want people to comment and write us to the show. I want to know anybody's creative ideas, creative way. I live in a townhome. There's rows of house, and there's people that hang out outside my front door, and without having to call the cops, because I don't want to be the dude who calls the cops on my neighbors, because that's how you get your car stolen and egged.
Get stitches.
Yeah, that's no.
And sometimes they end up in ditches.
I will not be that guy. I'm not doing that. I'm not calling the cops on somebody, because who knows when I'm going to do something wrong, and I'm hoping they don't call the cops on me. But without confronting them necessarily, or because I don't want to be that dude either, because that's how you get egged on Halloween. But without calling the cops and without having to directly confront my neighbors, what are some ideas that people have had or things that they have heard or have done to stop people from hanging out in front of their house? That's what I want people to write in for. Now it's a game. The gauntlet hath been thrown. But what were we talking about? Where did we go?
Sleep.
I don't.
As I'm getting older, I'm probably gonna have more quirks with sleeping. Like I've come to the conclusion now, I'm buying myself a new pillow tonight.
I got pillows from my old work that I love these pillows, and they are $25. And when I first got them, I got ones before, and they were $50. And spending $50 on a pillow is insane.
Here's the thing: if this pillow is $50, and I lay my head on this pillow, and I fall straight asleep, and I wake up feeling refreshed, like $1 million, like I can take on the world,
then it's worth it.
These
These pillows, I used to only buy like the $5 and like the $8 pillows from, like Target or Kmart or whatever. And I never had a problem with them. I never disliked them until I slept on this other pillow. And now that I've slept on this pillow...
That's your fault. You upgraded. You never upgraded what you can't afford.
Yeah, well, but I bought these pillows. Actually, I bought 2 of them about 3 years ago. And then a year ago, I bought 2 more. Because I sleep with 3 pillows. I have one underneath my head, one that I hug, and one between my knees. So I always have 3 pillows. But any pillow that I hug. Anything up against the chest is fine. But the pillow between my knees has to be solid enough to keep my knees spaced out because it's supposedly really good for your back and stuff. And the one underneath my head is one of my new pillows.
Did not know that.
Yeah, you sleep. Well, if you sleep on your side, you're supposed to keep the pillow between your knees. That's what's recommended. Keeps your back in alignment.
So, when I was a little kid, I would sleep. I'd sleep on my side and have my legs together. I woke up one morning, I guess my legs fell asleep. And for the longest time I associated, you can't have your legs together or that's going to happen. So I just like to put the blanket between my legs or a pillow or something.
Yeah.
If my feet were touching, I'm going to wake up feeling like shit tomorrow.
I used to get really bad cramps. I would wake up in the middle of the night from, stabbing pain in my thigh and in my calf. Where I would pop from dead asleep. I'd pop out of bed and I couldn't unbend my knee. And it went on for a whole summer. Back when I was 14 or 15 or something. I had it.
Speaking of popping out of bed, I have a really bad story.
Oh.
Well, it's not. It's bad as in... I don't know. I'll just tell the story.
Okay, yeah. Just give us a...
So we were out in Michigan, visiting Brett. And Tara and I were sharing a bed. I was fast asleep. Everything was great. Then I had a nightmare.
You get a lot of nightmares?
It depends.
Okay.
I go through phases. The Decepticons were coming, and they're trying to kill me.
You had a Transformers dream?
Yes. So I woke up with the pillow, spun around, and started beating the crap out of Tara with a pillow.
Did you really?
Yes! She wakes up, she's like, what is going on? What are you doing? The Decepticons, they're coming! We gotta stop them! She's like, you're in bed! Wake up!
I don't think I've ever hit anybody in my sleep, but I've been elbowed and punched in the face several times by someone.
I was like a whirling dervish with this pillow, just spinning around. Apparently, I do a lot of crazy things in my sleep. We went down to Florida the one year to go to Disney, and Tara, Chris, and I shared a room together. And Tara and I were in bed, Chris in the other. And I guess I was laying there, and I farted in my sleep. Chris is laying. I don't know why she's awake.
Oh, and the story comes full circle.
What she hears, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You farted and apologized in your sleep.
Yeah. I also apparently mumble in my sleep. So the one time we went somewhere. Usually whenever I go on vacation with them and we're sharing a hotel room, and I'll go to bed and they'll stay up to watch TV and then I'll go to sleep. So I'll lay there and sleeping. So I guess one time I was laying there, I was like, I gotta put the stuff together. I need cupcakes. I need milk. I think I get some extra butter. And then sometimes I try and listen because I think I'm saying stuff. It's either is he mumbling or is he speaking?
I had a full out conversation with our friend Dan Hockenberry, my old roommate. I was laying in bed. He was in our dorm room. And as soon as you walked in our room, my bed was immediately up against the wall on by the door, and then there was both of our desks. Or no, we had the couch in between, and then there was his bed on the far side up against the windows. And Dan said something about pancakes, and I went, "Yeah, I can go for pancakes." And then I went, "You want to go to Denny's?" And he was like, yeah. And so we're having this back and forth conversation about pancakes for 5 minutes. This wasn't a 2-second conversation. We're going on and on and on. And I'm asking him all these questions. And not all of his answers made full sense. But I didn't care because we were talking about pancakes. And there was the offer of Denny's. And it's probably 2 in the morning or something. And Dan and I had a full out conversation about going to Denny's to get some pancakes before I realized that he was asleep and talking in his sleep, and then I was super disappointed because I wanted pancakes.
So apparently the one year, that's my last semester of grad school, I ended up having a roommate I don't know how that happened. I had all these years no roommate. So I decided I'm going to be proactive. I'm going to build a room within a room. So my neighbor came in and we started building this frame around my side of the room. And like we used tarp to kind of like section it off. So I'm laying there asleep. Like I don't know what happened. I think I went to work and I came back and I was sleeping. So my neighbor's standing there, he's working. I'm dead asleep, mind you. He's like, "Where's my saw?" I'm like, "It's over there by the closet." So like, okay. Guys, saw starts working.
This saw really was over there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
The entire for like an hour straight. He goes, "Where's this?" "It's over there by the." I knew where everything in the room was in a dead sleep. And you're like,
that's hilarious because wide awake, you don't know where anything is in your room right
now. It's been 20 years, so.
Yeah, you forgot a few things. I was way back when I was dating Audie the Hottie, and
you mean Crazy Autumn?
So we're not calling her that anymore. I believe that she's been.
She was crazy.
I'm not saying she wasn't. She was.
I am.
She was young and impressionable and had some. Okay, she was crazy. She was crazy.
The quote, Garofalo from Avengers. She's crazier than a bag full of cats.
I hope she doesn't watch this show.
If you watch, write it and tell us why we're wrong.
Oh yeah. But don't show up here with a knife.
No, show up here with a knife.
No. Don't show up here with a knife.
That's called trespassing.
Yeah, who cares if we're dead?
I can hear.
You're all right. Joel said that. I respect you full-heartedly. I don't think she's crazy. I think she was emotional. There was a difference. She had moments of craziness, but she was young and it was.
You're right.
It was.
She was crazy in 2 bags of cats, not just one.
I don't want to tell the story now. We're hanging out one time and we're watching TV and her whole family's in there and it's me and her sitting on the couch. Her mom's on the chair, her brother's on the other chair, and they had the love seat or something. Her mom and her grandmother were on the love seat. Me and her were on the couch and her brother was on the chair is what it was. And her grandfather is sitting in the kitchen, literally like 3 feet behind us, and I fall asleep and sound asleep. I ripped one so loud. Like it wasn't a tiny little poot. Like I was like, "Rah!"
It was a foghorn.
It was loud enough that I woke myself up, and I looked around to see what had happened because I didn't know what was going down. And it's just her whole family cracking up, laughing at me. That's crazy.
And we come full circle to farts.
Back down. That's really do we really need to talk about anything other than farts?
That's it. Good night, people. You know the drill. I'm not even gonna bother telling you to go to the website, go to Facebook, go to Twitter. I'm not gonna do it. I refuse.
Love you. Bye bye.
Later.